Alright. Greetings and salutations, everyone. It is time for some sweet Dungeons & Dragons online action. We are level 13. We need to do some 11s. We have quite a few really excellent 11s to do here. We have this part 2 of the part 2 of Ravenloft. Jesus, brain, please turn on. Then we have all the desert walk-ups, and there's just so many really good ones here from 11. Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And of course, Necro 3. So, where are we at? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 quests to pick and choose from. Pretty good. Let's start with the obvious, and let's jump back to Ravenloft, and then we'll get recording and go from there. Hey, Talab. I guess we should head off to Blue Water Inn here. Instead of just like fading off into nowhere land, which is my way. We're going to the Oath of Vengeance. Summoner helper. Yeah, I don't know. Things are pretty quiet. I would like to ramble on a little bit before the before starting the quest, but I just don't have that much currently going on. Yeah, I was just in the private channel for a minute saying hi to everybody, and they asked me how it went. I told them we actually had a lot of fun. I'm not usually a big over the internet role player. I'm much more of a at the table role player. I just don't usually get very deep that way, and I had a lot of fun tonight. Like, surprisingly a lot of role play out of there. Good morning, Rhett. You look very handsome this morning as well. Alright, should we just get started on the quest? Probably. Let's do it. Greetings and salutations, everyone, as I, Samius, and part of the road most taken carries on over here with Oath of Vengeance. Oath of Vengeance. Level 11, so we're level 13. And yeah, we're just going to get started. This quest is actually probably one of my favorite of the chain. It's pretty quick. It's like mostly streamlined. I forgot to prepare my spells. Mostly streamlined. There's a little bit of like back and forthism, but it has a lot of the qualities of a quality quest, in my opinion. So we're gonna go full out undead killing. Hey QQ, what are you doing? All right, so we're gonna go up the stairs and we're gonna take this first door and see if there's a key in here. If there is, we'll stop and clear this room. If there's not, we will ignore that room, and we'll just carry on. Since there's a key in this room. Basically, if there's not a key along the path, then I do not bother trying to find the optional chest here. I literally only get it when there's a key along my way. This is about the most out of my way that I will go to get that key for that chest now. Hey, wifey.
The dumpster's pretty full.
Okay. Deal with it. Alright, the wife popped in here for a second. So, I want to talk about this intersection right here for just a second. I feel like if you just walk straight out here, or you kind of walk around before you pull this lever, there's a gate right here that slams down on you, and then this door opens and that door opens, and you get ambushed on both sides. But if you're really careful and you kind of hug this corner, then you just get the one side instead of both. But it involves with both doors firing off. You this gate will lock you in. Alright? So you can run back or you can detour. In this case I'm just gonna run back because I already have the key. I'm just gonna go ahead and loot this chest while I just happen to already be up here. Good evening, Druid's Fire.
The door is securely locked. You'll need to find the key that opens it.
Yep, we've started recording already. Doing pretty good. Still dealing with the sore throat thing, but not too bad otherwise. What's my thought on the producer's letter? So, I kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday. This is not the way I want to go, sorry. I want to take this first right again and come around from this direction. Basically, it seems like a reasonable outline of goals for the year. I mean, I'm fine with it. I honestly don't want to get into things too much while I'm recording these walkthrough videos. But overall, I think it's pretty good. I can get into it some more as soon as this quest is done, though. Okay, so we're gonna pop back out the way we came in. This time we're gonna go straight through. I know it's a little bit weird, but this route was taught to me again by Beef, and it basically does that thing that I like to do where you avoid as many unnecessary battles as possible. This way but you still get your bonus, your Reaper experience stuff, because there's enough guys along the way, but at the same time it reduces the amount of side nonsense to deal with. So like we could run around the long way and like clean a bunch of extra spiders or a lot of extra fighting out of the way, but there's just no real reason for that. I go ahead and I turn this one mirror now, and then we'll proceed up top here. We'll set those guys on fire, and then we'll start clipping in over here. You know, we're really just using fireball or firewall as a way to augment our damage a little. We're not relying on it. Okay, dokily. Let's go ahead and D-door here. You guys could run back. I can run back normally. I just take the path we've already ran through, but backwards. But this time we have D-doors, so we might as well take it. It's part of the reason we did this build. From the beginning, it's obviously just up the stairs and around. Again, there's a whole bunch of other stuff to explore in this quest if you really are interested, but again, that's not what I'm trying to show you here. Then you can detect this secret door, or there's like a path that you could run around. You gotta do some jumping.
Go away.
The Revenant shakes his head.
Argenvost's light has vanished. His beacon will never shine again. All that is left is
Through this, I'm assuming we're gonna get a heal.
I will destroy anyone who tries to end his
Such a good guy. Let me go ahead and clean up the chipping damage. The chipping damage for anything that's like crazy. And then I'm gonna try to stand in a spot where deal with this too. Try to stand in a spot where I don't have to worry as much about the chip in.
The Revenant
Kind of keep moving.
On the commander's body, you find a
we'll go ahead and deal with this last
engraved on the keys the name
monstrosity here. Oh, the wife has brought me a thing to swallow. Thank you.
Get my wiener.
Alright, now we're out again. That's right. This is my wiener. My wiener dog. Commandeered my wiener dog for the evening, apparently. It's alright. She'll call him when she's in bed and he'll leave. He'll leave in a heartbeat. Just perched down in the little bed I keep behind the workstation here. Right, I like to go ahead and adjust this relay mirror now. This way I don't have to do it with the light on. And I also like to go ahead and clean this nonsense right here.
Carved in the marble above the outer gate is the name Argenvost.
So one lever pull here should set that mirror so it should ricochet around. And if we step in here and put the skull in, the light beam is shining. Don't get lasered to death. Be sure to say laser, laser, laser if you're in a group. Try not to murder your friends with the laser beam. And you're in good shape. Alright, so now we're going to enter over here and go up this spiral staircase. And then we're going to go up just a wee bit. And you're going to notice a roof right here. And if you want to... Oh, here we were also. If you want to, you can jump up on top of this and save yourself a little bit of walking around in a big circle. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I got a lot more gray
just beyond the closed door.
in one day. That's cray cray.
Your eye is drawn to the impressive beacon.
Alright, so keep in mind that harpies like to do that shriek thing on you, and so you can't take any actions. So I try really hard to leave like the healer-based person. See, there it went outside. So if I get in trouble, I can run outside to get healed up. And then once we have this chick like on her own, we just slaughter her down. You know what else we didn't do? We're gonna go ahead and prepare our spells also. But we need to put put some other powers on our bar now, like uncanny go. Never mind. We'll do that after. We'll do that in a minute. I'm getting sidetracked. Let's just finish the quest. Let's do this puzzle. So we're gonna go up and around and then up. This doesn't seem right. It seems pretty wrong, doesn't it? So what happens if we go this way and around and then up? Hey, it looks a lot better. See, I don't like trying to solve puzzles this way. Same problem. Let's solve the puzzle this way, so we get a better idea of where we need to go. How much easier is that? So much easier. Bloop.
The beacon flashes with a brilliant
Alright,
light
here's our
that can be seen
chesticle.
throughout the valley, and from somewhere a voice whispers,
Got a curse bane ring.
from its
Sweet.
fires. You feel a tingle of warmth that you have
Look to
never
see if we
felt
happen to have
in
that
Barovia
one.
before.
Alright, so this method took 11 minutes for 26,000 experience and 414 Reaper experience. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, let's see what our end reward is, and then we will start heading to the next video. If you enjoyed this, please smash that like, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and we'll get to it very soon. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching. Toodles. Alright, bam. Let's rewind. It's okay, you're gray too. I don't know how I got more gray between today and yesterday. Maybe I just brushed it differently today, so it's more obvious today. Okay, so the producer letter. Level cap. Level cap to me is always the big issue. And I know that they're basically going to call it legendary levels or something dumb like that, right? But I don't understand the point. I don't understand the point of going to 30. I barely understand the idea of going to 25 at this point. I think they could add like one reasonable level time they want to raise the level cap, and I think it would be fine. I just kind of got used to the idea that you could get to like 25, and it kind of makes like the amount of quests made sense for you to go to level 25. I understand that there's a real need for people to have a Skinner button to push, and for me, I'm a level person. Right, like the idea of gaining levels is really key to a game like this, but the levels have to mean something, and if the levels don't mean anything, then I don't care. Right? So, and when you're primarily a caster, you kind of think of everything as, in my opinion anyway, I think of everything as if I'm a caster. So I'm like, well, what do I get out of... We want this no hold barred somewhere. What do we get... I want to put it here. Yeah, we'll just move it. What do we get out of, like, an epic level? What do you get out of epic level 1? Not a lot. What do we get out of epic level 2? Well, some people get a lot, right? But I don't get new spells. Not really. I get one feat that sometimes does some work. Right? Let me look at epic. And they've improved them a lot, which is part of why I'm like, I understand that they've done some things. So let's see. At level 21 you get a feat. Assuming that you have the prerequisites, you can get a feat that might be better for your skill or not. At 22, you get hit points and saving throws. At 23, you get hit points and a base attack bonus. At 24, you get hit points, saving throws, and a feat, and an ability increase. Alright, well that's a little bit nice. Like, at least there's something to level 24 that matters. Level 25, you get hit points +1 attack bonus, and nothing. So, like, finally, after level 26, you start getting feats every level. You get these destiny feats, you get legendary feats, you unlock fate points. Like, from level 25 to 30, it starts to mean something. Like, those levels, to my mind, matter. Level 21 to 25, with the exception of 24, which is very loaded, is basically worthless. So, I'm just like, eh. My days of being a boss is over? What do you mean? I'm curious now. Because I'm always a boss. So let's put Greaterism here, and let's put... Do we want Circle of Death? Yeah, probably. We should prepare some other 5th level spells. I've never cast the Summon Monster spell at all. And then we can undo Heroism. These are spells I'm never going to cast either. Oh, what? The range damage? I'm not worried about the range damage. I don't use Improved Precise Shot anyway. And so what? They're going to reduce my double attack speed by like, or offhand double strike chance by 30%. I'm not even going to notice. So I'm less worried about the nerfs than, for me, and the way I play as opposed to other people in general. Let's see. What's some of the other things on in the producer's letter I thought was cool? Shifters sound good. Shifters is a race that I'd like to see brought into DDO. I think if they're done well, then there'll be a real bonus to the game. Like, really, really exciting. I've got a lot of faith in them when it comes to races lately. Like, ASMR I feel was really good. Tiefling I feel is really good. Dragonborn I feel is really good. So I feel like they can make shifters work pretty well. How's the shifter compared to the druid wolf form? Well, you don't actually turn into a werewolf, or you don't actually turn into a wolf. You're like, you become more and more, you take on more and more animalistic characteristics all the time, and then you have like boosts that can kick your animal characteristics into high gear. So like, you can boost to give yourself an extra claw attack or a bite attack in your chain. So normally, say like you're a guy who's like 2-weapon fighting, right? So you're like sword. That's your normal attack animation, or your normal attack in pen and paper is sword. Well, then you can put a boost saying that you're a biter, and then you can add a bite to your attack chain. So you can go sword, bite. Like sword, bite. You can get claws attack to make your unarmed attack do claw damage instead. You can boost to make your skin even harder, so you can like pick up some armor class. You can boost your ability scores, I think. Stuff like that. I believe it's been a long time, and I have to look at whatever their current books are that they're probably using. But I think you can like pick up some of the damage reduction from the particular werewolf or boar wolf or whatever animal you pick up from. You can get like their resistances and like increase your strength all the time and stuff like that. So it'll be pretty interesting to see what route they take. Personally, if I were going to do it, I would have 3 smaller racial trees. Like I would maybe split this tree into 3 or whatever, and then I would make it where like 2 of them are for melee combat. 2 of them would be for like defensive capabilities, and then I have 2 of them that would be for like augmenting spellcasting type abilities. So it'd be interesting. You could do things like get more natural jumping. Maybe would fit in the defensive category. Stuff like that. It was how I would handle it. Ready for a baby bye?
Going to bed.
Good night, lady.
Good night.
Love you too. So I think the idea of shifters is cool. New expansion's great. I don't know anything about it. The Feywilds. I think they're just making it all up. Which is totally fine with me. Actually, is there a thing? D&D Feywilds. Oh, I guess it's an area of Forgotten Realms, maybe? Yeah, so it's a fairy plane in the Forgotten Realms universe. So that's kind of cool. So you have humans that have grown to be like half-fray hybrids, Noble Eladrin, the Seelie Fae, Unseelie Fae, Boggles, Meanlocks, Hags, Sprites, Satyrs are all like commonplace there. Could be cool. Next record, we'll probably do whatever the next one is in the chain. It'll be a minute. We'll go live here in a few minutes. So if you have something interesting to add, now's a really good time. Oh, we should probably put this on our bar, huh? This is a spell I do cast. Can go in this. Can go here. Let's put it here. I feel like I'm more inclined to hit this button than that button. I think these basically do the same thing. Let's see. What else was in there that may matter? The 64-bit client, I think, is a big deal. I think that'll help a lot of people. I think that'll be really solid. Now, if we can just convince them to spend the time and energy on the graphics, getting the 4K stuff up and running, at least compatible, if not 4K graphics. Is there anything else like huge? I don't mind talking about it that much. I talked about it a bunch yesterday, but I'm happy to go into it a little bit more again here. Let me just skim this letter. New quests and store creeps are always good. The Alchemical class. Oh, Hard League Season 2. So that's going to probably start... let's see. We'll get the Alchemist next month. I assume we're going to get Hard League 2. I'm going to say early March would be my guess. So, assuming everything goes according to plan, and they can do an update, say like the 4th for the Artificer pack, or the Alchemist pack, right? Then they're going to give us probably 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, I would assume like around the March 3rd, or they might even start it like arbitrarily on the 1st. That would make sense too. So if you go March 3rd and you do, or March 1st and you do 3 months. So you're talking about going to the start of June? So what? So all of March, all of April, all of May. So that's basically the start of summer, right? Because then you turn around and you hit June. Like, that seems like a pretty reasonable window. It'll get through the rest of the winter, and it'll start hitting spring. It can be pretty reasonable things. See, I don't really think they care that much about the anniversary. In fact, I kind of thought they would make it run simultaneous with the anniversary. But I could be wrong. Which quest are we supposed to go to next? Oh, we gotta go rescue the chick's thing. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I think it'll be okay. My main concern is little oddball things like, I don't know why we're going over level 30. I want to make sure they really polish the new class. Sounds like maybe it's not as polished as they want it to be. Things that I'm a little bit annoyed with in general. They're definitely balancing the live servers around what they perceive to be problems in the hardcore server. I don't think that's right. Yeah, I think that's the main. I think those are the main complaints / discussions on the quest here. Anything else before we start a Raven at the door? Alright, seems good. Let's get started then. Greetings and salutations, everyone. It is time once again for another Road Most Traveled. This time, a Road Most Taken. This time, we are going to do a Raven at the Door here in Castle Ravenloft. Back again. We're going to go see what happens. Between sessions, I went ahead and I updated my spell list.
You have
What a
returned
dork.
to Castle Ravenloft, this time uninvited. As promised, the servant's door was not sealed. A sign that Yes for the Raven made it this far, at least.
Let's see. We'll probably do... We'll do most of the things at least. We won't run all over the area, but we'll touch a few things. All right. Let's not spit all over ourselves because we're having a stroke. Okay, so we're gonna go up in the shrine. I always read the first entry and then I read the last entry. I don't think you have to read more than just one of the entries, but it doesn't matter.
Yesper's last report
And then, even though
says
there's a
he went
secret
off to
door here,
steal
we
a
don't care.
potion
We're
from a
not
coven of
going that
witches,
way.
Whose lair is at the top of the
Going
south
back
tower.
out the way we came in, and past our loyal hireling, down the stairs. We're going to avoid the winery. Odds are strong that you still have the map at least semi filled in from running through the quest earlier. Particularly if you do them all in a row. Or you do your Ravenloft stuff kind of close to the points where you're going to level. So you can kind of see things. We'll go get our 2 collectibles out of the butler's quarters, I guess is what it's called. Now we're going to head upstairs.
This is the South Tower Stair.
Keep a rough eye on
Should get you close
shenanigans.
to the lair of the old crones mentioned in yesterday's journal.
Oh, there it went. Shit. I was afraid that that hold would not take. All the way up. This is why we need the fly spell. Instantaneous fly would be better, but we definitely need the fly spell. Alright, so we're going to jump over the top, turn around, and cast Hold Undead. Or Halt Undead. And then we'll focus on this guy. A big fan of that spell when you get an opportunity to cast it for a real value. It's pretty nice. Druidfire says, I want to finish the Ravenloft saga while the Guild Renown buff is up. Yeah, pretty sweet little weekend bonus. Put firewall on top of us here. So something I couldn't really show earlier is if you see that dagger that floats above my head there, I think it's called like Spectral Strike or something. Yeah, Spectral Strike. So a sword will appear above your head. If you shield block, that doesn't hurt you. That only hurts you if it falls on your head while you're not shield blocking. Now sometimes standing around with your shield is up can be worse than the 60 or 80 damage or whatever that's going to do, but keep that in mind. If you get an opportunity, you can
As you come to
just
the
shield
door
block
of the
that
Witch's
damage
Den,
away.
You recall the password from Jesper's journal. You whisper, and the wards on the door close.
Ah, the web spell. Is there anything you can't do? Alright, so there's a little ambush right around this corner here in the lounge.
Many sets
So
of
I
green
like
eyes
to
shine
back it
at you
up.
From the darkness. They regard you with a
It doesn't really matter which
which
place I back it up to. I just want a choke point that I can cast in. Alright, I'm not really sure what. Whatever it was, it dispelled my shield spell also. Grab our collectibles. Drop our highlight over here. Excuse me. I'm really beat today.
The withered forms of two hags
We're
glare
gonna
at you from
tell
above.
them that,
One of them
yes, I'm back and I want to know where the raven
gestures
is.
for you to speak with them.
Tells
The
me
old
where
witch's
the raven's
cackle,
at.
Then one of them sneers at you. We know about
We'll have a minute or so with the
Saga warned us of their spite.
charge. And then we're going to go into firewall and web. Not so much for them, but the next ones.
The witch continues. You little blusters now, and you done without end.
Wow, this is like the first time I've actually activated the no holds barred this life. Look at how good it is. And for a long time. Look at how good it is.
And she licks her lips.
That's so good.
So badly,
Alright, we're gonna grab the silver key.
I think we
We're
need
gonna
more meat
take
for
the
us.
vials and we're gonna read the second note.
The cauldron's fiery heat abates.
Don't feel like we need to worry about the
These
other.
vile crones have
other
uttered
notes.
their last curses. It is time to search.
Alright,
them.
so like I said, I think we're not gonna worry about defeating Strahd, the Sisters of Strahd. They're around. I don't know where they all are.
Into the magical tower within the treasure.
But we will go get Jesper here. And if we happen to kill 73 guys along the way, then go us, go. Alright, bam, we know where the thing's at, so we're just gonna fall down to the bottom. Blink. We'll cast a firewall down at the bottom here and a web. There'll be some spawns. I guess these guys don't have legs. Hard for them to get stuck in the sticky goodness when they don't have legs.
Swirling
Alright.
forms of ghostly light drift through
I'm gonna
this
clean up
dungeon.
any tormented
Their
souls
tormented
that are
cries
floating
filled
around out
with
here.
dread.
And as you see, there's some
content
teleport
to ignore
traps.
For now.
We're gonna go ahead and be careful to disarm them. But in my experience, depending on which way you like walk into them, they'll either teleport you to this side or they'll teleport you to this side. And we do not want to go to the side that has the swirling guys with our one key. So we have our one swirling key. We're gonna open here. Strahd's an enemy. You can go if you want to, I don't care. I know there's a way to talk to that guy to get him to fight on your side, but I really don't. I just don't want him to be a hindrance. I don't need him to be a helper. I just don't want him to be a hindrance. Alright, we'll rebuff.
And you hear the heavy clank of iron doors behind you.
Can you guys believe it's a trap?
Hag cries out with glee.
My lord, they came for them just as you said. Now, make me a vessel of your wrath. Vanquish them through me.
Another situation where we just fire off our fuselage and go to town. Yeah, I forget how good this is.
Now let us see to our ill-mannered guests.
Okay. Fly away, little birdie.
Jesper bobs his feathered
Alright, so the
head
main
in
reason
one
that we
gesture
try
of
to do this
appreciation,
chest is
then
because,
takes flight
as you can
to
tell,
find the
you
nearest
get
window.
a token, or talisman, which means it's an in chest. And look at this, we have a bound to account Barovian Dart. Something I may not actually throw in the trash this life because of the new Alchemist changes, or Alchemist class coming out. We might keep it. Alright, so now we need to go up. We could run up the stairs. Instead, I'm just going to detour. Save our little footsies some trouble. It's like, I don't know what, a couple of minutes of running in a circle and not falling down on the non-OSHA approved staircase. Alright, so we need to go up, I believe, one floor from here. Because we're going to go to the study on floor 3. No, that's not it. Servants' quarters must be down on... it'll tell us. So this should be coming up on the Rooms of Weeping. Yeah, for some reason I thought that this was higher up. So we did not save that much time by... zoning in. I'll be disappointed.
Broken furnishings lie scattered about the room. At the center of the destruction is the smashed remains of a moldering cake. Its
I
sickly
feel like
sweet
over
smell
here is one of
permeates the
Strahd's
wreckage.
sisters.
Something large but unseen suddenly moves through the air.
Looks like
smashing
maybe
through
two
furniture
Strahd
hit with
sisters.
It is circling you.
Oh, and a monster is circling me. It's fine. So really, we just need 2 more of the sisters. Again, I really don't know where they all are. I know where that one happened to, or these 2 happen to be. I don't know if I know where the rest are. This should take us into Strahd's bedroom, aka the Chambers of Weeping. Just checking for collectibles. And then here in the study, there's like a few collectibles and a secret door behind the fireplace. That's where we're going. You can loot these treasure piles if you so choose. Run down, cast firewall, shoot everything, cast ult undead. See what sticks. Nothing sticks. Ooh. Alright, we got the blade on us, so shield block as we think it's coming down. And we're good to go. So that's basically the quest. It's actually relatively straightforward, as long as you're not trying to like find the sisters or kill a bunch of guys. Up here we'll have 2 iron golems to kill, so we need to remember to switch off of our big fire weapons. But it's pretty quick. And then the same thing, we just get this guy to come over here and just stand somewhere on the near the middle of the stairs or hirelings down at the base of the stairs and just not worry about it. Quick and easy, beautiful cover girl. That's what I know.
This book's pages are
That's the
brittle
quest.
with age, and much of it is illegible. But what you can make out suggests
We got a
the author
Barovian
is
scepter.
none other than Strahd himself. Perhaps your allies. back in
Unfortunately, this
town
one's
can make
not
sense
like
of it.
special, extra special, but that's okay. All right, so that's how I do Raven. Raven at the door. Of course, other people's mileage may vary, but this is pretty quick. So let's get our end reward. Oh, we didn't look at the time, the quest. Oh, it's still up. Oh, I missed it. I feel like it was pretty quick. We went in with like 17 minutes left on our buff, so let's call it around 15 minutes for 28,000 experience. That seems fair. Those aren't terrible. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button. And again, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll take a look at them when I get a chance. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Toodles. Alright, what are you talking about? $155. 3x 3 A's per 7. I'm not really sure what A's per 7 means. I'm not really sure what... You don't... Okay. So I don't completely understand your math. Like, are you trying to solve a math equation on... And the server is definitely acting slow. Or is that 1,553 times 3? So I'm curious. There's some renown, which we don't care about, or favor we don't care about. Let's fix our stuff. Sell it all. We might cast that. Don't realistically see myself casting that. get back here. Alright. Let's see, we picked up our inner ward. So we don't have to worry about going back for that. I often will actually forget to grab my inner wards. Alright, let's go have a tea party. Greetings and salutations, everyone. It is I, El Sambo, once again, and it's now time for, I don't know, maybe my least favorite quest in the pack, a Mad Tea Party. You would think that I would love it, because I'm both mad and I love tea, and I'm okay with the party. But, for some reason, it's just a quest that I just don't dig. And I'm not 100% sure why. But we have lots of time, so it's not a big deal. We're going to start by introducing ourselves as like the Baron. Then we're going to talk to this chick.
Lady Boctor and Baron
And then we're going to
Volokhovich
come over here and we're going to
each
open this
other's
door.
demise.
The reason we want to
Can you
open this
afford to
door,
side with the lesser
a couple of
evil?
fold. One,
And if so,
if we
can
open
you
this
tell
door
which
and we talk to
one
this
is
guy,
better?
he'll give us a key, which I don't care about. But more importantly, he will not be a hostile in the end room. And then the most important reason we do this room is because we can get 2 collectibles out of the deal. So for the low price of a thief tool for casting knock, we can get in there and get some action started. Now we're gonna talk to this bro and get moving in the quest, which means now it's time to pause everything and start casting our spells. Getting ready for action. Now we should take a second and think about what's in this quest. This quest has got a lot of devils and demons in
According to
it.
Lady Fiona
So
Boctor,
our fire
this secret
spells are
passage leads
not,
straight to the
and
Baron's
fire
manor
capabilities
across
are
the
not
way.
the best, right here. So we'll probably just use the rat catcher for the most part, and the and our not fire-based rune arm. It doesn't mean we'll exclusively not use them, but did this guy not even take fire damage and he stood in the thing the whole time? What a jerk. Let's talk about these puzzles for a second too. Let's turn this one back on. Alright, so you have a couple of different ways to solve these puzzles. You can make like you're drawing a star, right? So you can clearly see that I could come over here and do this one. Or, let's see if I can undo it real fast. You could take an alternative method, right? They're all turned back on again. Or you could take an alternative method and you can just run around the outside in a big circle. Then when you step with the last one, it'll be done. It's just how it is. Take it however you like. Do it whichever way you think is best. Just realize that if you can identify the shortest route, you'll be happier in the end. So whichever way you like the best, clearly work on. Avoid this big hole in the ground, but know that there could be a better way depending on the situation. Also, of course, if you can identify where it is in the event that you have like a partially solved puzzle, it might save some time. Alright, so normally if we were not doing everything, we would just go this direction and carry on. But since we're going to have to go down here anyway, let's go ahead and clean up some of this trash. And then we'll have less trash to deal with when we come back through here later. So you're not going to save like oodles and oodles, but we get a couple of these Abishai out of the way. We get a couple of these devils out of the way. It'll help us out quite a bit. Now the real question is today a day that I'm going to need the shrine? I feel like the answer is no. I feel like this build is pretty much gas. But we're going to take the time to do some cleaning. We might as well take some time to do some cleaning, right? Let's oh, weird. I swear I saw something behind us. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're just going to target down there. We're going to cast our Circle of Death, and then we'll go in there charging. Somewhere we'll throw circles. See if we get lucky. Alright. Seems fine. Seems reasonable. Yoink. Alright, so we cleared the shrine. We cleared most of the trash through here. Might be like one or two more pieces of trash to deal with, but nothing crazy. Oh, don't want to fall down this hole again while we're like madly clicking around. Okay, everything looks good. Oh, these guys spawned. Let's get these guys too. Also fire off the no holes barred. I think there's enough junk in the trunk now that we justified in cleaning them up here. Man, this guy. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and click these now. We'll have to come back here anyway, so... But I'm already literally standing right here. So just in case we die and we have to leave, we gotta get out. Chat saying R10 would smoke me. Well, I'm not really a soloer of R10 content, but if there's a build that would do it, it'd probably be this one. And this is not one of the quests that I would ever consider doing at R10. I would have to be really really talked into it. But this is probably pretty close to my favorite build at the moment. Very close. Maybe in my top 2. And, oh, I can't believe I forgot to switch that off. So I've been doing like, what, 8 points damage, too little.
A harsh, commanding voice issues from down the hall on the left.
And we're gonna tell this guy that we've that there's a secret passageway. We're gonna lead him out a little bit. We're gonna come back in here and do these other optionals. I usually don't do these other optionals because they add quite a bit of extra time to the quest, but I'm really not that worried about it now. I just want to make sure this guy's far enough away that he won't like aggro. And honestly, we could probably start this fight and then go back. Doesn't really matter. As long as our guy is out of the way. Alright, there, he's off. Let him do his thing. So he's going to go activate an ambush and get himself killed. He should be far enough away now that his actions don't really affect us anymore. Alright, so downstairs there's not a lot going on that really pertains to us. Doesn't really matter. We will get attacked eventually, but that's okay. Because we're just going to round this corner. And shoot guys. All of this stuff is all susceptible to fire damage, so we're going to go ahead and start switching over to a little bit more damage with our fire stuff. Get our rune arm switched. Pick up these guys. The most annoying thing about these archers is they cast like a little... there's one. They cast a couple of spells that prevent you from moving. I think is a good tactic for the devs to take. Like, it's a strong way to... There's something shiny in there, but I don't think I care. Silver key, whatever. I'm not stopping to get keys. We had the ability to pick locks.
To the doorframe defiantly reads, "All is not well." As you read it, you hear an odd noise.
Ew, what happened here? A puddle of
crackle
ooze.
of lightning, then a stifled gasp.
Right, we're gonna make sure that we're powered up here. Down the young Baron. We got a couple of water elementals. Number 1. Number 2, and then we're gonna cast. Oh, I thought we were gonna get one. Oh, we did get one. Sweet. Okay. Then, if you need it, the end of this hallway is a shrine. I often recommend that people open this shrine before you engage. Should be a collectible somewhere. But it doesn't matter too much. Talk to this mirror. Go through the options here.
Of course it didn't.
Then we'll send him off to kill the last person that he was ordered to kill, which happens to be the wife.
A woman
Red King we
screams.
don't care about.
And then the scream is
There's a
cut
legit
short.
collectible in here. No. Alright, never mind. So it's gonna end up getting hit the Baron's wife. It sucks to be him, I guess. Bloop. Jump down. Since we made nice on the ground floor guards, they should let us go, but they're not going to. They must have been mad that we killed their friends upstairs earlier. So we're going to come to the hallway here, make our stand. And we're not really that worried about it. Everything's kind of coming up. Samius right now. The other thing they cast, there was one at my feet for like a second. The other spell that they cast is like a little glowing ball. And that will also pin you in place. It's a snare. Maybe a straight up snare. I'm not sure what it's called. But if you hit those little glowing balls, they will pin you in place, and that's bad. Okay, let's move back to transitioning to fighting everything else. There's Duder down there.
Lady
What's
Fiona
this?
Doctor
An
cannot
ambush?
contain her smile. What splendid gullible fools.
Of course, bro. Of course it's an ambush. Of course we intend to resist. Don't be ridiculous. Just gonna kind of stay back, pick up targets one or two at a time. Until the guy gets dead. Back up slightly, get healed. I'm telling you, man, ranged is real good right now.
The flesh of his deformed arm melting away.
Said I've been doing all these
Stir this will cause
melee lives lately just as a change of pace for me. And having the bows again is like strong. Alright, so we notice that this is blocked. And the reason why it's blocked is there's a star puzzle over here that's active. And if we go around this corner, we're going to notice that there's a force field up here as well. Oh no, which means that there's another star active someplace else. Well, the only other place to go would be to the left. So we're going to go over here to the left. There'll be a few demons, devils. These are all devils, so none of these are demons. Apparently a caster Reaper. Thing that we do not want. Do not want. Get topped up real fast. Good old Durham doing all the Durham things for us. Then we have a sweet puzzle. Again, we can tell that this one's already been partially done. So we'll step here and we'll take a look. Okay, so now we know that this is one, right? Because if it was one, it'd go here. So we can start our puzzle here and work our way around. See? There's a couple of things that you want to like look at and recognize and take a second to identify the puzzles. And if you can do that, then those puzzles are not a challenge at all. So we got this stuff all cleaned out earlier. Boop. We saw the little ray shoot up here, so it's gonna put the this down, and it's also gonna put a force field down over that pit over here. Stay back and clean up trash. Slowly but surely. Well, I guess the force field's not over that little trap. Alright, up here there's going to be 2 Abishai and a bunch of undead summoned, so I'm going to go ahead and cast a web. I plan on casting a firewall, but whatever, I guess. Watch the fire pit. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and make our stand here. So we're gonna summon our hireling. We'll hopefully actually cast a heal spell on us. There it is. That's not good. Our hireling bit it. Alright, I think we have time. Time to raise our hireling before this evil Abishai comes back. But we need to be careful that he doesn't just get murdered again right away. Not the best hireling master, I guess, after all. Heal, put our guy back in pause mode. Alright, so here we want to make sure, now we're back to fighting people again. We want to get set back up for whatever our maximum damage happens to be, which in our case happens to be fire-based damage. And we're going to not go up the stairs yet, we're going to walk over here. The reason why is that there's a big tunnel of NPCs to monster mobs to slaughter our way through. And we just want one little purple key. And because it's a big circle, there's two ways to get there. We can go the long way, which is around the front to the end, or we can go from the end to the front. Well, if we go to the end and we get the thing we need, why do we need to go all the way around? We don't. So we're just going to do this and jump to the end. We clear this room, we'll get access to the purple key. And then we can move on. We don't have to slaughter our way through this entire quest. By not going and exploring this whole quest previously, all these doors are shut. So you can hear the combat music, right? That means there are bad guys on the other side of this door that are angry. And here, see, you can see the damage. Right? But because that door's shut, they can't get us. So instead of having to worry about being overwhelmed by trash mobs that just have the numbers, we can just ignore them because they're all locked away peacefully behind doors that are locked. This is the other door. So that door leads all the way around to that other door on the bottom. Alright, so we have a couple of brothers here. The dorks. Inheritance. We're gonna bribe them basically. Say, hey, you know what? We can take care of your mother problem, or aunt, or whatever they are, if you feel the overwhelming desire to look the other way. And they go, oh yeah, I'm down. Alright, so this is a pretty nasty little ambush right here. I'm going to go ahead and know horrors balled in advance. It's not quite as bad as, say, like a bunch of Abishai or whatever, but it's a lot of spell casting damage right there, and a lot of neg levels. Alright. So we're gonna make our way into this room. You can do this part of the quest whenever you want. I've gotten to the point where I like doing it at the end. But one can do it anytime. I don't know what that gold key actually does. Probably opens one of the doors that we're just gonna pick. But we'll take a chance and see if it happens to do this this next room that we're gonna go into. If it does, then it'll save us a lockpick. If not, we'll just lockpick it open. I don't care. So something I didn't talk about at the beginning of the quest, and I probably should have, is that you need the ability to cast some sort of restoration. I carry around a stack of scrolls about as early as I can remember to put them into my bar. Right now I only have 41, but that's enough.
Little kitty doesn't know you. Little kitty doesn't like your smell.
Restore her. Tell me about the Witcher. Look at that. Look at that. She's giving us all sorts of experience.
Even the town of Olaki would shun her, were it known.
Okay. She good. Alright, so this is the end fight. This is the reason why we needed to go get that purple key, was to get into this room. Get a quick top off.
Does a double take.
Firewall. Web. Kill the chick. Again, you'll see that because we talked to that guy at the beginning, he's here being a helper. Not a hindrance. Which is pretty awesome. We'll grab the green key. Green key opens the front door where the Baron's hiding. We already took care of the guards, right? We told them we'd take care of Mama here. Usually a couple of collectibles. And then we're out. All we have to do now is betray the Baron. And we have accomplished all of the optionals. Let's re-shield. We'll re+1 also. I guess we'll this. Why not? These guys are out of the way and gone. Gonna fight the Baron. I usually don't bother with these optionals. Just feel like it's a lot of extra risk for an extra 1,000 experience, but I wanted to show you guys. And the other reason this quest is kind of janky, right? That this quest is only 15 or 16,000 experience points and 416 Reaper. All the rest of them have been around 23,000 experience. So it's like 6,000 experience less, but it also took us like 10 minutes longer. Those two things together are, you know what I mean? They're not right. Again, if you don't do all the optionals, you save an awful lot of time, but this is kind of interesting. Don't know if it's something I would wear or part of the Raven set, Ravenloft set. Alright, well that was a Mad Tea Party. It couldn't have gone much smoother than that, if I'm going to be honest. Really didn't feel like we were overly in danger. Oh, there's Mr. Whiskers. The Brell's here. Look at this. Look at this little butt. Right there. Not even paying attention to us. Anyway, hope you guys had a good time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again really soon. Please smash those like buttons, and we'll see you on the flip side. Toodles. For whatever reason, I can't target Tobro. Is there a dumb button on the keyboard? Maybe. I don't know why I can't target him at all. Let's try switching weapons to see if I can target him now. No? Just untargetable. That makes him unkillable, doesn't it? Alright, I'm gonna bio really fast. Man, I do not know what's going on. The viewership is just not here. I mean, that's fine. I'm not like complaining. I just don't understand where they all went.
I'm here, you guys.
Well, there's a Trobro. Why can't I target you?
I'm awesome.
That's not it. You're scared of the next hardcore? I wouldn't be scared. Worst case scenario, it takes you a long time to make it to whatever the new goals are, and you die a lot. Or you don't make it to it at all. Whatever, it's fine.
That's a spirit.
I mean, that's the worst case scenario, right? It's not like they're going to come to your house and delete your account. You know what I mean?
That would be hardcore.
Sorry, you died
Pick
on the
a main
hardcore
on-
where you deleted your DDO account.
Pick a main on your regular server of choice, and that character is tied to your death.
Yeah, exactly. Pick a character that has at least, 3 months of being alive. Alright, I think I'm going to go make Tinkle really quick. Entertain the peoples, I guess.
Oh, hi, peoples.
So today is like my last day of freedom again. Remington moves back home. Probably should have started moving back home today, because he has to work every day this week. But today was his last day of college at Bethany, and then he's taking his prereqs to get into the nursing program over the summer online today. Or technically those classes started on Monday. And he apparently has 3 tests to take by Sunday. Sounds correct to me.
I mean, you can't just stand there and if you're dangling out?
Well, I can. It's my house. It's my dangling. But probably won't be going too crazy. My bro is a good doctor. Oh, you're talking about Tobrell? Let's not get carried away. His alignment might be moderately okay. We'll see how actual good of a doctor he becomes.
I mean, for a certain value of good.
Right?
Oh, as far as skill level, I think he's going to be fine.
What do they say? D's get degrees?
Yeah, he does good grades and stuff.
I know, he's much higher student than that. But just remember that when you see that doctor's certificate on the wall, that doesn't mean that they were top of their class. They give that to everybody who passes. Alright.
Yeah, server's dead tonight.
Yeah, it's also been really, like, laggy. Lamania maybe. Is Lamania back up? I feel like from the kind of stuff that they were talking about on Jerry's stream this week, that I would imagine the servers are back up. Or Lamania is back up pretty quick. They're allegedly targeting early next month for the... Yeah, I'm looking right now to see if the... Oh, there's so many sticky forms. Yeah, I do not see a flurry of activity, so they must not be up yet.
Well, I think they're jacking with it. Getting weird things trying to connect.
Alright, let me see if I understand this. To be fair, like 70% of the people you interact with in the world would get 67% if tests on their jobs were tested. Okay, were tested on their jobs. Perhaps? Not just doctors, sure. But for some reason, society puts extra value on doctors. Like, medical school is a hurdle for sure. And we put very significant value on medical school, and we're just like completely willing to just do whatever a doctor says without taking the time to do our own reading and research. Like, you wouldn't do that in any other facet of life, really. Just like blindly trust a guy. Or gal. If there's a rush, you obviously go with the person that you consider the most of an expert, but like if I wanted someone to like build something, well, the whole point of religion, Beef, is that you do your own research. Like, the whole point is for you to continue to learn and educate yourself and explore the interpretations to yourself. That's exactly what research is. Reading and explanation. They're not experiments, but it is definitely... It's the most important book in human history. You may or may not believe it's fictional, but it was written by people who wrote these things down because they felt inspired to do so. And or to help lay out some guidelines on society. It's a combination of both. Like historians 100% say there was a man named Jesus that lived around whatever that time frame was. Like, these are all things that are documented and backed up in other sources. The meanings behind the book is on your own. Well, it's not, again, so much about a morality book. You're not... Religion doesn't set your morals, although it can have a significant impact on them. Morals have more to do with the environment you're raised in and the kind of person you wish to be. You know, it's like the situation with Luke Skywalker, you know, to take it to a fictional place. Like, he's a good kid, but he was raised in a certain situation and then was manipulated his entire, like, period that he was growing up and being trained. And so, like, from his point of view, as he did, you know, as he says in the movie, from his point of view, the Jedis are the bad guys. Yeah, I have not watched the third movie yet. I got a little bit spoiled, I guess, this week. So, bro, you've seen it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I got a little bit spoiled this week. I saw a thing on Twitter talking about how the end of every trilogy, Palpatine force lightning somebody. So clearly he must come back to life and force lightning people. But
There's some force lightning. Yeah.
But short of that, I don't have any other real spoilers, so it's fine. I'm not worried about it. I didn't watch the trailer. I didn't watch anything. I literally didn't care. So I am honestly more excited about this new season of the Clone Wars animated series than I am anything about Star Wars. Like, literally anything at all. That's including The Mandalorian. That's including everything. I saw that Picard started today. I also am not excited to watch Picard. Maybe... I mean, I will watch it when we get the All Access again, probably in the summer. But I'm not going to worry about it between now and then.
I figure you'd be all over there.
Yeah, if they did a thing based off of like the Enterprise crew from Enterprise or the Voyager crew, I'd be 1,000 times more psyched. But I'm not a Next Generation guy. Hell, I would even be more excited to watch a Deep Space Nine continuation than I am for the Picard thing. Then it also looks like they may have done some things. But Data, I mean...
And he did?
Yeah, Data's dead. I mean,
Benny had a dick.
The most interesting person that came out of Next Generation. And granted, I enjoy Next Generation. It's fine. It's just not my favorite. I put it like probably last on the Star Trek series for me. But like the most important character in my opinion to come out of there is probably like Worf. Who else was even like on there that I would put high? Maybe O'Brien. Like, these are interesting characters, but they had to go to another show to get the kind of credit they deserved. Cray. 7 and 9 is fine. I don't love 7 and 9. So, okay.
She's supposed to be on there.
Enterprise, Voyager, the original series, Deep Space Nine. There's a good argument for switching the original series and Deep Space Nine around. Those two are very close, in my opinion, in third. Those two could.
7 and 9
be
actors got even better. The 7 and 9 actress got even better somehow.
Yeah, it's because her husband is a cook, a chef. So he makes quality food and she works out all the time. And then I'd put Next Generation in last. Oh, I'm crazy because of 7 of 9. Yeah, out of that series, I really thought the Volana Torres character was much more attractive. I don't know, man. I prefer, outside of my wife, I prefer my women a little bit more spacey, a little bit more spicy than your tall blonde chick with things glued to her face. I don't know. Maybe I'm stuck up in that way. I thought Archer is judged harshly and not correctly at all. Because remember, he's the transition guy in the universe. He's the, like, not really the first captain, but the first, like, get out there, get things done. Beef says he'll glue some things to her face. Then you have to fight her husband.
Done and done.
Done and done. But he's the first captain to, like, really get out there and get some shit done. They tied up all the weird loose ends between the original series and the Next Generation. Right? Like, they covered all of that. So, like, all the weird cliffhangers, like, why do, in the Next Generation, Klingons look like this, and they look like this in all the rest of the series is going forward, but in the first episode, the Klingons all look like this. Well, they explain that. How
Those
come...
special effects budgets.
Well, that... Story-wise, they explain it. How come Dr. Sun... They reference numerous times about how he was a genetic engineer and, like, did all these terrible crimes, but then he turned around and invented Data's and the robots. Why would they do that? Like, he was a genius, but he was a crazy, like, evildoer. You know? Well, they tied that up.
And he made a robot with a dick.
Several robots with a dick, apparently.
Well, when you make one robot with a dick, you know how to make more dicks.
I guess so. Do you think it comes out like it's solid in there and it just retracts?
No, he made it... Look, with all the attention to detail he went to, you know that dick is correct.
So he's got, like, hydraulic jacks in there or something? I know it's fully functional, but it could just, like...
He made a 10 out of 10 dick. Like, that dick is amazing.
But was it squirt? That's what I'm saying. It's not like it... He didn't build robot sperms. He didn't build little testicles that makes little robot sperms.
10 out of 10.
And if he did... Okay, so if he did he put, like, a little, what does they call it? Matter converters in there? Robot sperm. Because he only... he doesn't plug in and he doesn't eat. He's got, like, an internal battery that, like, lasts for I don't know, a ridiculously long period of time.
Yeah, you think someone that can do all that couldn't make a dick?
I think they could, but I'm trying to say is, how do you make fluids? You don't make fluids. You have what you have.
The replicator things can make all kinds of shit.
That's what I'm saying. So he's got little tiny replicators inside of his body somewhere
Inside of his testicles.
specifically to make jisms.
How would you make a dick?
I would have a solid dick that retracts into the body and then comes out as it's needed.
Solid dick.
Yeah. It's time for you to get some solid dick from old Iron Man.
Yeah. I think you're just jealous about Data's robot dick.
No,
And where it went.
jealous is not on the list.
I'm a little jealous of where that dick went.
I'm gonna say nay, sir.
What? That first security officer?
Tasha Yar?
Mm.
That's your bag? That's where you draw the line?
I mean, throw her on the yes pile. She's no 7 to 9, but what is?
It's fair, I guess. Water costs money. Yeah, I don't think they're Borg nanites for sure. Or he definitely would have infected a couple of crew members, I think. Yeah, I'm not... I just don't think I'm in the same place as you are, Thakar, when it comes to the Star Wars characters. Which is fine.
Dick, you hating on Data's dick.
I'm not hating on Data's dick. Data, I'm sure, has a very lovely penis.
He's a hella pro dick.
He's just dead, that's all.
Yeah.
It's a ghost dick. It's
probably
a
plug him
ghost
in.
robot dick now.
You could plug all this stuff together and he'd be fine. Maybe.
Everyone's allowed to have their own fantasy girls and boys from whatever fantasy genre. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been around. He would have, that ship would have been converted long time ago if they were Borg sperm. It would have been like a Jaxic Pollock of board parts all over the Enterprise. Captain, the Borg is taking over. Once again, damn it, Tata, would you masturbate in your quarters like the rest of us? Oh, I agree. And I have a model, not a model per se, but I have a low quality model of that particular Enterprise somewhere, or at least I did. Alright, I feel like I should get some quests done. I feel like we spent a lot of time standing here talking about Data's penis.
That's because these are the kinds of questions your viewers want to talk about.
That's totally fine. We
Data's
talk about
dick.
him. We just talked about him.
Okay, well,
Do you want
maybe
to talk about it more? What color do you think it is?
it matches.
So that, like, slightly off yellow color?
Yeah.
So all this attention to detail, the guy builds a perfect penis.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it look as close to him as possible, except 2 shades yellow.
No, it matches Data.
I get that, but I'm talking about him, Dr. Sun, and Data. Dr. Sun is Caucasian. Data is like extremely yellow Caucasian.
Yeah.
Alright, so Beef has given us a link to Reddit Star Trek. Theories on Data's penis.
Nice.
So we learned that Data is fully functional and able to have sex as he did with Lieutenant Yar. It brings into question, how does his penis work? Does it become flaccid when not in use? Which is what I said. That seems like very difficult for science to achieve. Yes. A mechanical penis capable of becoming flaccid or erect. My theory is that Data is always erect, but his penis is retractable because it would be very awkward for him to walk around with a boner all the time. Me and this guy are on the same wavelength. Other random question. Is Data fully functional when it comes to butt play? Does he have an anus? What about testicles?
Of course
Can
he has an
ejaculate?
anus.
What about pubic hair? Does he have an android bush? Is he only programmed to have sex with women, or can he play for the other team if requested? These are all very important. I agree. This guy should get upvoted or whatever it's called. Looks like hydraulics, retractable hydraulics. Another person says it works just like a regular penis. Well, just because it's fully functional doesn't mean that it doesn't have some mechanical options. What if it, like... What if it... maybe Tobrell's correct in the fact that there's a little replicator down there, right? And it just, like, comes out in a section, and then it replicates another section, and then it, like Legos on. So this way he can form fit whatever size vagina or asshole necessary. And then Data becomes the perfect robot. There you go.
What if you didn't hate on his dick so much?
What makes you think I'm hating? Wait, is this where I want to go? This is not where I want to
I
go.
just feel like you don't appreciate his dick for the work of art and science that it is.
I'm just saying that I feel like Data's penis is probably more of a scientific mystery. You know what? Brent Steiner has just gone on a Twitter sabbatical, but maybe you can tweet him and just straight up ask him.
You know, the problem is that you ended up getting a picture of his dick.
Well, I'm not... Well, I suppose for the story. So Brent Steiner slid in my DMs and sent me a dick pic.
Take one for the team.
I have to take it now for the team?
Yeah.
This sounds rough to me, son. Alright, I think...
I don't make the rules here, man.
It just sounded to me like you just made up the rule.
No.
Alright, I think we're gonna start the quest unless anyone's got any last penis comments here.
Dick.
Get it all out of your system.
Working dick he used to impregnate ladies.
Impregnated ladies. Oh man. Ghostbusters Afterlife will be out this summer. Sweet. I'm down. Somehow I started following some people who normally write in characters that I do not read. I do not know how it happened.
Data had a working dick.
Alright. Alright, let's do it. Let's get to work. I heard you, actually, before we get sidetracked, Beef may be joining the Talabs, the D&D campaign. Yeah, I tried to get Tobrel to join for, like, a one-off in hopes that he would, like, enjoy himself and have, like, a relaxing time to not have to worry about anything. But it sounds like that did not function. It did not come to fruition. So, I don't think we have that much left of this first module. And then we'll see what happens with the next one. Oh my god. So, chat said, ask Tasha, Lieutenant Yar. Well, last thing I saw her in was Suits, and she became a big lady. She a big girl. Doggar likes robots. I mean, if you can afford a sex robot, more power to you, bud. I appreciate it. Then yeah, just reach out to him tomorrow. I think he may... No, it doesn't look like he's on right now. He was on earlier, but it looks like he's off now. So, I don't know. We'll just have to play it by ear. It's currently in a position where it's pretty easy to pick up other people and add them to the campaign right now. Alright, let's get started. Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's time for everybody's favorite Ravenloft quest, Sealed in Amber, aka been changed so many times that it literally tries to set you on fire. My name is Samius. I've got one Tobrel here in the voice chat today.
Hi.
So hopefully we can keep the conversation a little less what we had in the stream chat, and a little bit more about what's going on in the quest. We'll see what happens.
A little bit more on the topic of getting all the little guys you talk to.
Something like that.
Because that's amazing. Let me know when you're ready to talk about that.
Talking... What?
Talking to all the little sarcophaguses.
Oh. Don't know if we're going to do all of them. We'll do some, though.
So my first time, I talked to every single one.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
That made for an amazing version of that quest.
Alright. So, what I like to do to start this quest now, I've gone through numerous iterations of how I do this quest. But now I basically start by charging the guy in the middle. And getting the teleporters turned on. And getting it where they'll stop shooting us with ball lightnings when we go up the stairs. That's generally how I start this quest now. So yeah. I also want to make sure that we have our fire shield on. These guys do not like, or they don't care about fire damage. So we'll switch off of the big fire. Boom, boom, boom. So one of the questions that actually gets asked a lot in various places is, what of these levers do you pull? Well, the answer is you pull the one, if you're looking at the door, the one on the left. AKA the northwestmost one. That's it. That's how you do it. Now, what ghost is casting that spell on me? Oops. Let's find out where that guy's at. They did change the quest where there's a pretty reasonable amount of additional spawns now. So keep that in mind that... there we go. This is probably the guy who's causing me problems. That you will not be able to just like clear this forever and then run around with not a problem. Alright, so personally, after I get the teleporters turned on, I go this direction to go to the teleporters, and I take the teleporters first. I do not know if this is a good strategy or the most, like, the fastest way to go. It's just, again, the way that I prefer going. When you learn a handful of locations where the various items could be, in my mind, I just happen to go there first. Other people's mileage may vary. And that's okay. Bro, I need you to tell a funny story about your past. Something that we can discuss while we're playing this without time-stamping the video.
So my first time in this quest, I went out of my way, because I was, playing the first time, learning them. I went out of my way to talk to every single sarcophagus. Not having read the wiki, like what would happen if I did so. So when it came time to when, consequences of reading the things happened, it was a little bit of a fight.
Yeah, I feel like the first time I came through here, I also had clicked a great deal of the sarcophagi.
I was feeling good, man. Like, oh, hey, I got all these buffs. This quest is easy. Man, they load you up.
Alright, we found the doodad.
A certain part of my head should have been like, this is too good to be true. But there was already the quest where they give you the big old shrine, so like, oh, maybe this is just to help you. I mean,
Maybe
what could possibly go wrong with accepting magical power from an ominous voice? I mean, I do that all the time.
Is it really like mystical powers that they give you, or is it just voices you hear?
I mean, call them A, call them B.
Found the symbol of
Right, so now we have the symbol of Ravenclight. Now all we have to do is get to Madame Eva and speak with her, and then we could decide how much of this quest we want to do.
You must need some other password.
You should definitely do the little extra bit.
Nah, we'll see what happens. We'll probably do a bunch. Because again, I enjoy this quest as much as it's a pain. Look at all this. Look at all these passwords we need to find now to get places.
Yantar!
So many passwords.
Marvelous.
So are any of these buffs in your mind like Value Town to you?
I don't remember what all they do.
I have to go look on the wiki to see what they are, but there's a bunch of them. To varying degrees of exciting. The Vader buff? I'd like to know what that is.
This door does not budge. You must need some other
Get
password.
probably
This
the
door does not budge.
hottest chick in that
You must
particular
need
galaxy
this door does
to
not budge.
make you
must
two
need
babies.
Some other password to open it.
Seems like a pretty good buff to me. Alright. There's gonna be a couple more of those skulls right here, so let's...
Those flame skulls are nasty.
They can be real bad. Which is the reason why we cast Fire Shield Cold. Alright, so don't break things, don't talk to things. Breaking things means more bad guys to defeat. Because things in coffins should stay in their coffins. We don't want any of that.
That sounds very discriminatory towards the unliving.
No, I'm giving them a maximum amount of love because we do not want to disturb them.
I think you're very lifist.
We're not breaking their houses because we want them to have a good home. We want them to unlive in the happy place that they've decided that they want to live. Alright, so we might as well finish cleaning out the bottom level. The way I typically clean out the bottom level is I basically pick one of these tunnels and then work my way around. Looks like we actually found another password right away, which is great. And then these are the sarcophaguses that Tobrel was talking about. Oh, are we just going to be taking fire damage for a long time now, or? Okay. So if we talk to this, oh, this one's empty. With this one, here we go. Would you like this secret? Sure, why not? This is why we can't have nice things. What? I didn't get my awesome buff. Accept the gift. Damn. But now the gift of stolen hunger. Looks like we get some sort of vampirism. Which is pretty sweet. Take it. A flame skull that has a soul of cruelty. That seems like bad news bears, doesn't it?
That seems unpleasant.
I see trouble.
I feel like they have a weird DR too.
It's bludgeoning. Whoa. Did you find the werewolves? Is that what happened? Let's wait 1 second, see if the werewolves come at us. So, as you wander around the bottom floor, a pack of werewolves will eventually basically come and attack.
That's rude.
It is rude, isn't it? Alright, let's go upstairs. Upstairs, this floor likes to fall down. So jump over to the door.
Silver bullets kills werewolves.
Does it, or does it just make them mad?
And most things, actually.
Is it silver bullets that kills most things?
I mean,
I thought
hurts
Buffy
them.
said it was a stake in the heart.
I mean, that too. Having your heart staked, that's kind of... A lot of things that don't like that. I mean, it's not like it's a Clash toy.
Oh man, I'll beat them Clash Stars, huh?
Oh, wait, it doesn't take a Clash toy.
So how about... Oh, again, we're going to do a little bit of time stamping the video here, and I apologize for that. But, what would you like to see in the shifter Shifter race. Like, if you had to put one finger on it, like, what's one thing that you think would be sweet?
Well, presumably there's going to be some kind of foreign stance or something.
Yeah, I would assume. Thoughtgar says dragon. I don't think dragon's on the list. Remember, they're all were creatures. Alright, so that was the quest. We ended up getting all of the passwords really quickly. But let's go ahead and show off a couple of more bits and bobs.
Did you get like the
here.
extra password?
Yeah, I got them all. Just luck sacked into all of them like I didn't even. It didn't even matter.
Sometimes they can be kind of a pain.
I know you.
Alright, so the absent-minded lich can actually be restored with a regular restoration pot, like a lesser restoration pot. So keep that in mind. And it doesn't really matter because we've already found all the passwords. Otherwise, he'll tell us that one of the passwords is Mavris, which is pretty great. Let's see. Also, if you want to get his treasure and his experience, rescue him first, and then break his phylacteries. Then, believe it or not, he gets really mad and tries to kill you. Can you believe it?
What?
Doesn't that sound like nonsense to you?
That doesn't seem.
And then you could get his treasure chest.
I like treasure.
Yeah, isn't that great? Alright, so we can do that very easily. Let's grab some extra treasure chests before we move into the to the actual like important chest here. Technically that's like an optional. So then we can run through here, and this door
Near your feet. Bounce on the floor, then roll into a crack between marble towers.
apparently spawns a plague reaper behind us. This door is you can actually get to from the top floor on the other side if you like jump over, because this floor will fall out. But if you're standing over here and you look up and see this treasure chest and you try to jump towards it, oh, the ground pops out. And then you have a couple of interesting things that can happen here. One, you can loot the treasure chest that's already in this room and all these piles of treasure and be done with it. Or you can try to get this awkward chest over here. But spoiler alert, this awkward chest is a mimic. So unless you really like killing mimics for the fact that you like killing mimics, I just leave it alone. Walk away.
Why don't we make a mimic disguise itself as Strahd's coffin?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you?
I feel like that'd be pretty epic.
I feel like they should give you the mimic token hunts whenever you kill a mimic regardless. So it makes the mimic chest like, I mean, maybe it doesn't spawn every time, but it has like that % chance. And this way you get there's like a reason to hunt the mimics when you know what they are. Alright, so then that other treasure room has secret doors, and you can just boop, right up here to the other room in the library. There's a couple sweet collectibles, but also a secret door. There's one other actual thing before we do this optional here, so we'll come back to this in just a second. There's like one other optional of note. So we're gonna go back up these stairs. quick right at the top of these stairs. And in here, there is a mountain folk berserker. There's also a whole bunch of other angry people here that want to die for your glory, so you can loot their bodies.
An enraged scream mingled with the howl of
And it looks like here's those howling werewolves. So we're gonna get all the like sweetness, huh?
With the package's death, travel will be safer going back down the mountainside.
So the big ones that I honestly don't even know if I could replicate reliably are the Strahd's Attention, and then, or is that just clicking on all the altars? I might be clicking on all the altars. And then find the vestige here is the real chest in the quest. So all those were junk quests, or all those were junk chests. There we go. So now we're gonna go do the real loot chest. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the very end of the hallway and talk to this
This is the sarcophagus of Zudu.
sarcophagus at the
Casimir
end.
was searching for. You call out to him, and moments later, he arrives.
This dude's gonna come out. He's got all sorts of exposition. The D-door's gonna appear. Bloop. Apparently the D-door is all the way to Castle Ravenloft, if you can believe that. Which I just don't buy. But there's his little kid's sister. Or maybe his old sister, I'm not sure. They're both drow, so who can tell?
Hey, I'm a drow.
You are a drow. Is there a shower in your apartment? We're gonna give her the password. She's gonna be like, yeah, I got the password. Now I'm gonna betray everybody.
What? Nah, she's totally on the up and up. Her and that one guy, their love story will go on forever. You crazy? Like I ship those two.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna happen for him. Those crazy kids, they're gonna make
Her
it
and
work.
Strahd. I don't know, man. I think Strahd he's got hearts for another. Count Strahd, my dearest, I have a wedding gift for you. Then you find out that the password is password. I mean, he does got some eyes on her. He does say that she is as beautiful as the night.
You know Strahd would have the password.
You think?
Yeah, he's
You
that
don't
kind
think
of
it
guy.
would be like emo? Or
Or
sadness?
like his birthday, or...
I think it'd be sadness. So this is what I want to know. I guess they're dusk elves. I guess it's just a fancy way of saying drow, huh? So he like disintegrated her with a hell beam, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean she's got a ghost wish scroll? Because when you die, everything that you had on you stays with you in ghost form, right? Isn't that the rule? Is there still another guy? Oh, there's another guy. But now he's got the high ground. He's standing on the table and doomed. Oh, no, my God.
There's like 4 of those things, aren't there?
Yeah, but I killed a whole bunch of them already. And then here's the super sweet in chest where we get a Barovian hand axe and a talisman. Not our best haul from this quest, but pretty good.
It would have been something.
Now, one more interesting thing that you can do is you can accept all these gifts, then you can leave the quest with like a D-door. And then you don't have to worry about anything. Boop.
Or you could fight all of those thingies that pop out in an epic battle.
No, it's okay. And now we walked away with 3 sweet buffs. Dark Gift of Sicane, the Soul Hungerer. Dark Gift Queen of the Poxes. And Dark Gift of Xantris, the Kingmaker. These, of course, are random. It just happens to be the ones that we got. And they'll last, basically, until we run out of time here. So, look at us.
Those last until you, They last. They last outside the quest.
Yep, I just took them and left. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Alright, pretty great. Alright, with that, everybody, we're going to get out of here. I didn't check the time because that quest is kind of like an oddball one. But it looks like, scrolling back up through all the flavor text, it was in line with roughly the same experience as the other one. Sorry, there's so much experience in here. 27,645 and 405 Reaper points. So, pretty good, all things considered, right? Like, that one happened to be a ridiculously quick run, but not all of them are that fast. But that one happened to be. Then we're gonna pop back to our airship and we'll do some other videos. Alright, everybody, I hope you had a great time. If you enjoyed this, please slam that like, subscribe, and follow button. I would really appreciate it. And we'll see you again next time. Toodles. Alright. Now let's scroll back through all this nonsense in the chat that I need to comment on. So, the Vader buff will give you DPS like Titan. Oh, we're getting mean again, I can tell. The Mother of Dragons is still alive. I suppose that's probably true. So in your world, is Eberron... Can the Mother of Dragons come to Eberron and make werewolf dragon babies? Were-dragon babies? Because I would love to be a were-dragon baby. Like, if I wake up someday and my curse is unleashed and I turn into a were-dragon, I'll be okay with it. So
You're right.
Are you also okay with were-dragon status?
I mean... acceptable.
What if you're bitten by a were-dragon and you turn into a were-dragon? Are you also okay with it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Feel like,
I mean, do I survive?
Well, if not, you turn into a were-dragon for a very limited amount of time.
I mean, I'm presuming this is a case of, like, you know, they bite you...
You taste bad because you instantly poop your pants and they spit you back out and you live.
That's about how it would go.
Yeah. Do you think that poop tastes good to dragons?
I don't know.
Because how many people do you, like if you're about to munch down on a villager or a cow or something, don't you like a whole cow or a whole villager? Don't you think that's like the first thing that happens?
Maybe that's just kind of a misconception. Maybe like how we eat shrimp, they deterred them first.
But you would think that you would see all these like gutted, like guts all over the place in Dragonland, right? But there's not, just like big fiery holes in the ground and then bones. I think they eat us all. I think they eat us all of us, and they fiery poop out the bones.
Maybe.
Or like maybe it goes down, fires up, and then they, like an owl, because they can't digest the bones.
You know what?
Then
You should go ask them.
They
Ask
puke
them.
out the. Oh man, that sounds great. Should
Excuse
we
me,
just
Mr.
Google
Dragon?
Should we just Google dragon shit?
I think you should ask this on Reddit.
Here, let's see. Do dragons shit? Question mark.
Of course they poop. The
Oh,
real
it's already
question-
on. It's already on Reddit.
The real question
I've seen
is,
dragon teeth for sale. I've seen dragon scales, dragon blood, dragon bones, dragon talons, dragon toes, dragon eyes, dragon tongues, dragon hearts, dragon's lungs, dragon stew, dragon scampi, dragon on the cob, pan-fried, stir-fried, deep-fried dragon. That's about it. But I've never seen dragon poop. Surely it must have some sort of value to collectors, alchemists, kobolds, and other various weirdos. Do dragons just not poop?
Look how kobolds are specifically called out.
Under the list of weirdos.
Also, can I just say for once, we're off of your one thing, right?
Yeah, we're not recording. We are on the stream, but we're not recording.
Little brother is being a real bitch about me not being a troglodyte. I want to be a troglodyte.
Oh, in your other game?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that is the side effect of playing with
So,
young
I'm going
Dr.
to play a
Bing.
druid with shape change. You can just turn into a troglodyte. Because it specifically says you can.
I just don't understand why, or in what world he thinks he's got time to DM a D&D game.
He came out of nowhere. Wanted to do a game.
Like a two-shotter or something?
He wants to
Because I
do
haven't
quite
even
a
been
bit.
talked to about it.
He wants to do quite a bit.
Hmm.
And he's all hell-bent about these potion rules he found. Yeah, you're going to be drinking like millions of potions? Remember how we drink potions all the time and it's such a problem? Like, it's never been a problem.
It's fine.
He found a thing he wants to do, so power to him.
You're gonna shape change into a gimp? Nice. Don't call me Shirley. Come on, man. Come on, Shirley. So there's not a real answer on this. Do dragons poop? Other than, of course, they poop. And then there's like a giant wall of text here. Basically saying that these might happen so rarely. Like, it could happen from daily to, like, even less common than yearly. So, like, how would you like to poop once a decade?
Think how majestic that poop would be, though.
Would it be majestic, or would it come out like a piece of coal?
That would be amazing.
What if coal is actually dragon poop? And what we dig up and we call coal is actually just like huge fields of where like a giant dragon latrine. Thokar says aliens. I like where your head's at, Thokar. What if dragons are aliens? Alright, here's a person that says some species of dragons might literally poop gold, silver, emeralds, diamonds, rubies, the like. There you go. Here's a guy saying that dragon metabolisms are so incredibly efficient, therefore they don't need to poop.
Everybody poops.
Except apparently dragons.
I still don't think that's the question. I think the question is still, them eating us, and is it gross? Or...
Well, it's just it. I think if it was my world, right? I think they would just like scarf it down really fast and push past the taste. And then their belly is just like this giant furnace, right? But again, maybe the bones don't break down like some sort of acid fire, so the bones don't break down, so then they have to like eagle up the bones. And that's why you get all these charred bones around when a dragon eats something. That way you can also tell, clearly this was a dragon attack. Doggar says, yep. I don't know, I feel like we need to write a children's book about it. Do dragons poop? #1 bestseller. Where a little kid's asking his dad, do dragons poop? And then his dad's like trying to like explain. And then the kid's
Plot
like, yeah, I
twist,
don't
they're
think
both
that's
dragons.
right. Huh?
Plot twist, they're also dragons.
They're also dragons. Dad, I was at school and Billy the bear went poop. I realized that I've never pooped. Do I poop, Dad?
Mm-hmm.
He's
But
like,
you don't find out that they're dragons until like the end when they polymorph into dragons and like fly off in the distance and poop on Billy the bear.
Then they go visit and eat Billy the bear.
They drop a poop right on his head.
He's like, this is such an awkward... No, they eat him. This is such an awkward conversation. Let's go visit your friend Billy the bear really quick. Okay. Then they polymorph into their dragon shape. They fly over there and they end up eating Billy the bear and his whole family.
I still think it'd be funny if they just pooped on him.
Oh, okay. Well...
They just do a flyby poop, like boop.
No, I think they
They
should
get their
eat
little
him.
poop bomb sites out.
I think they should eat him. Dogger says, I love WoW. Nice.
Like,
Tobro loves WoW. But he's back from Cheese Dick Space for a little while at least. You WoW love? Alright, let's get some quests done. Let's take advantage of the fact that we have these extra sweet buffs. Should we actually look up what these buffs are? That's not what I want to do. To the DDO Wiki. Sealed in amber. Alright, dark gifts. So, Soul Hungerer. Vampirism on melee attacks. Well, I got some hit points just from killing a guy, so maybe it's more than just melee attacks. Pox is 25 acid spell power, question mark, question mark, question mark. So that's cool. And then Kingmaker. +4 charisma, 10 intimidate, 10 diplomacy? Really? Well, no, I don't know what my standing charisma is, I guess. Alright, there's a semi-active group of people here. We have a couple of different quests that we can be doing at level 11. We could go do the desert walk-ups, which I feel is something I definitely do pretty consistently. Right? We could also go do the Necro 3 chain. which is not something I do super consistently, but it is something that I do from time to time. Mostly like the Blighted and the Forbidden and the Unhallowed. I'm a little concerned about the Tormented. Mostly because the way that I do this, some people may actually consider exploitive. I tend to kill things with my rune arm through the floor. Or with my sonic spell. I feel like sound going through bars is pretty good. Let's see, we also have like a couple of other ones that are not nearly as fun, like Desert Caravan, Enemy Within, Dreams of Insanity, etc. But I've done all these relatively recently, so I have no problem doing any of them. Thakar says Blighted. So you guys want to see, or should we record videos for Necro 3? Fogar says yes. Anybody else want to say yes to that? Or no to that?
Sure.
Balance them out? You even care? You don't even care.
Nah.
Alright, well, I guess we'll hit it. So, how is the old love life going there, bud? You mentioned the other day that you blew up.
Had a bit of a chit chat with a completely crazy lady tonight.
Well, that sounds about normal. So when are you guys going out?
Saturday.
Okay, so when you
Just
get
a-
murdered
yeah.
on Sunday,
Dance soiree.
we
Hey, it
know,
can happen.
we know who to blame.
Yeah.
Okay. What if it's a Black Widow slash Praying Mantis situation? Are you okay with it still, or?
Joke's on her. I ain't got no cash. Well, I mean, I do, but not like.
Well, that's not what it's for. That just means
Oh,
they
you
kill
mean
you
like-
after sex and eat your head.
Oh, is that not how you do it?
That's not how I do it, no.
Oh, you don't just gibbers every time afterwards?
I do not.
Oh,
Oh, I see now. Titan Jr. is streaming and showing off some sick DPS. Alright, let's take 5 minutes and go check out this sick DPS here. 5 minutes and go check out this sick DPS here. Maybe not 5 whole minutes. Alright, he says I killed the server's god. Okay, let's see. Let's look at some sick DPS. He's standing still. He's waiting for somebody else to solve a puzzle. A scarecrow has spawned. He is hitting it. I mean, he's doing like between 600 and 900 points of damage on his first hit. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trailing numbers. He's on some sort of 12 fighter, 6 monk build. He's activated Luck of whatever to get a bunch of mana back. He's cast Sanctuary. He's attacking some sort of crystal thing for like way less than half of his previous damage. Now he's attacking something else. Oh, he's closer to like 500 now. Now he's just poofed away. I have no idea where he's at. I'm assuming this is the Strahd raid. Or is he attacking a Wisp? Oh, he's doing pretty good damage against a Wisp. If he can catch it. Oh, he just got knocked down. He's standing back up again. How many hit points does he have? Can anyone make out his hit points? Oh, it's that house. So yeah, it's the Baba Yaga raid. He's bringing up his character sheet for some reason.
Video stream or a different stream?
It's his own stream, Titan Junior 19. So the other day, Titan came in, told me that compared to me, he's a god, and my DPS is terrible. Oh, he created for 3,000.
Okay, so he's doing Baba.
He's doing Baba. I deduced that. Said it. I would say it's getting close. I mean, it's probably a little more than 1,000 damage on average here. Pretty close, anyway, to 1,000.
There's inventory in the way for some reason.
I don't know. He keeps pulling up his character sheet and his inventory. He's activated a bunch of boosts. With his boosts all going, he's over 1,000. Oh, there's a 600 point crit. There's an 800 or 8,000. So is this like a lot of damage?
He hits almost as hard as I do.
At level 30. So he's 2 monks, 6 wizard, or that can't be right. He's 12 fighter. Looked like 6 favorite soul and some amount of and whatever's left over monk.
Could have been 2 monks.
It has to be more than 2. I guess it can't be more than 2 though.
Nah, you could feat your way up to all the monk things.
That's not what I was meaning. I thought he was doing one of the abilities that doesn't come until you're at least level 3 monk. I don't know. Maybe it's pretty good.
If they're doing it on R1, he's hitting very hard.
I have no idea what they're doing it on. Last I checked, he doesn't do things on Reaper.
He has no MRR.
He's only got, what, 108 PRR?
His PRR is real low. I mean, he's
Can't make out his saves. It looks like his saves are like in the
his will is soft.
like 60s.
Reflex is a bit soft too.
Alright, well there we go. Good job, Titan. That's
I mean,
his
he's
version
hitting
of
pretty
being a
good.
god compared to me.
He's hitting pretty good.
Beef says, my cleric does more. And Thotgar says not really, so this must not be all that much. He was writing to say he was better than me. Yeah, he was really busting my balls the other day.
Yeah, this is not top tier melee DPS.
What?
I mean, unless this was Reaper. No, there's just really he's gonna win with this totem.
Like I said, that being said, it's more than I do. I don't do things in Reaper mode, or I don't do things over level 30 very often. So
What's he doing with his inventory open?
I don't know.
Is he changing his hand reps via that?
I don't know. I think he's checking his encumbrance. I don't know why he would need to worry about it. He's got like 140 strength. I don't know. Your cleric is only a 3rd life or 2. I don't think Titan has any lives. I don't think he TRs. I don't know if he's ever TR'd. Kind of from the comments that he's made in the past. I don't think he has. Alright, well, these things all being equal, I'll let Tobrel kind of continue to make evaluations if he wants, and he can do it, and he can leave.
I've seen splits like this, and they look very interesting.
I've seen stuff like it as well. I just, again, the way he was kind of like trying to give it to me the other day, I expected him to just be like slamming for thousands of points of damage every hit.
Okay, so someone's made the totem vulnerable. So that's good. Or helpless, I mean.
I don't know. I definitely think that I'm gonna do something along this build. Although I might go up more arty to make sure that I don't know. I'm gonna figure out another build, something along this line for Java. I just feel like the way this build is playing has been very good. So it'll probably have a rogue icon, so it'll probably end up with some amount of rogue levels. Probably, if I want to take 9 levels of wizard, it's got to be at least 9, I think, and then I could take 2 levels of arty. May look really weird. It may not quite be the top tier, but it would still give me the ability to self-repair a little bit. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Alright, let's get to work. Greetings and salutations, everyone. It is time once again for another Road Most Taken. I'm, of course, your host, Samius, and we are going to step off into Tomb of the Forbidden. So we're going to rock through the Necro 3 chain. A couple of things that you're going to need is either another person or a hireling. And that hireling could be an Ellery, it could be a Gold Seal, Scarecrow, although the Scarecrows are not very reliable. In my case, I'm just going to go ahead and purchase my Durham, like always, at level 13 and pretty much above. Durham is just like one of the better hirelings in the game. And we're going to get this party started. I'm going to switch over to fire mode. And we're going to get to work. Bad man ran right past me to go fight Durham. This other bad man's shooting Durham. I feel like I'm not very well loved and or respected right now. I'm going to go ahead and break stuff this quest. There's not so many things to break. And a lot of time being stuck in areas where you have lots of time on your hands, so you might as well break the breakables while you're twiddling your thumbs here. Tobrel, what is your second favorite way to pass the time? Because we all know what your favorite way is, and we're not going to talk about that on stream. So what did you say?
I enjoy doing character creation.
For
whether it's pen and paper or DDO or whatever.
Now, are you a number cruncher, or do you just want to do whatever feels good to you? Like, where do your priorities tend to lie? Why we're just mindlessly killing for a few minutes here.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. So I have trouble making up the truly crunchy builds. The ones that rely on like weird Twitch skills or very bizarre level splits that you can't necessarily self-heal or whatnot on, but they do tons of DPS, or they're thematically weird.
Alright, give me 1 second here. So, we're going to be required to get a couple of these little gears throughout the quest. To both unlock the door and to unlock some levers. It's a quest important item, but I was just checking to see if this was one of the doors that would not operate or interact with until you picked up the gear. And apparently it is, even though it's not required to unlock the door. So a little bit weird, a little bit different. We'll just keep slaughtering away till the next point. In the meanwhile, we'll let Tobrel continue his reflection here, because I find it interesting. Keep going there, Big Papa.
An adventurer's journal lies next. This is the journal of one of the
Oh, I guess here's another really good thing to mention really fast. If you see these little things on the side, that means the door is going to explode when it's open. So if you can, you want to blow it up from ranged, like a fireball or some other way to ranged open doors.
Into 3 portions. The air becomes increasingly colder the further you descend.
Sounds like Tobrel has gone silent on us.
Oh, I got distracted by Dungeons and Dragons while watching
The barriers are too tight
Dungeons and Dragons.
to pass through, although
Oh.
large enough for hands to fit between.
So I put Tobrel on a DPS analysis here, and I don't know, is that what you're still doing?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay, you monster.
And he's doing okay.
Good.
It's not top tier, but it's all right though.
Good, I'm glad it's going well. Okay, so a trick to this quest, and the reason why you need 2 people, is you may have noticed that I ran over there and clicked on that lever and then stopped working it. That's just so my hireling can activate that lever, and then I can come over here and pull the lever at the same time on the other side. If you can, obviously you have a real person, you can play past that lever back and forth, that gear. But if you don't have a real person, or you don't want to have to like fuss and muss with it, you can literally just do what I did and have a person pull that lever, count down. The challenge is when you have a hireling is that the door doesn't open until everything on that side is killed or a certain period of time has gone past. I think it's something like 2.5 minutes. So it is a pretty significant stand around and wait for the hireling to probably not get anything done, but maybe. You never know. Sometimes a hireling will surprise you. Meanwhile, you might as well see if you can do something, but right this minute, the hireling is just taking damage. So we might as well let it go. See what happens. If he gets it done, great. If not, the door is still open regardless of whether or not he's over there. Just
Poor little guy.
Just a matter of time. Meanwhile, you get out your phone, you check your Twitter, you conversate.
So I do. It is kind of this quest design was kind of interesting. With the like passing through the bars, it seems kind of D&D-ish, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the older quests have more. I don't want to say interesting, but a lot more kind of.
Well, it's like party interactive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would appreciate more quests that have a design that have this kind of mindset to them. But at the same time, I want to make sure that when they design new quests that they go ahead and they continue to have the notion that some people are going to do this quest alone. maybe they can't do it on the highest tier difficulty or whatever, but people are going to want to do quests by themselves. Because there are people like me who love playing with viewers, right? They love having people around to engage with and do things. But at that same time, they really don't want to bother with having to always make sure that they have people. Like, my play schedule is just so sporadic that it is incredibly difficult for me to have somebody who's consistently always part of my play group. Who are you attacking? Nobody. Okay. Right, so the door went down. We cleaned up the 3 or 4 guys. Once everything on both sides are clear, we can proceed forward. Until then, we are in the holding pattern. Again, we're not in a hurry per se. We have a couple of a couple of busts hung over from our previous quest. We spent a bunch of time screwing around, talking about junk stuff on the stream, so it's not like we jumped right into the next quest, but we have moved on from the previous quest. So we do have a few extra advantages that we normally would not have in this quest, but I don't think anything that is actually going to affect the quest in a meaningful way. Another door that needs to be blown open with care. I think most people know about this, but perhaps not. But the way that you move on in this quest involves shooting this skull right in its little head. So just mouse look. Ho-ho. Because we shoot twice, we're actually can't shoot it because we shoot twice. That's hilarious. Alright, there we go. If you click it once and then move down really quickly, apparently it'll work.
Straight ahead is an arrow-like symbol.
That's funny. Right, don't think that... I don't think that door is trapped. Again, normally if it's trapped, you'll be able to see it. It's pretty obvious when the doors are trapped. But I have had some, particularly like this one right here, kind of act a little weird, so it's hard to see what's going on. Alright, we have a loot chest. And then we have a blue gear. Now, to move on, and this one is another one where we have to use the gear to unlock the lever. It does nothing. This guy's gonna take his sweet time apparently to appear. Clear this side for a helper. This side will spawn some arcane oozes that'll need to get put down, and I believe like a couple of methods, like 2 or 3 methods. So unlock, move away, put our hireling here, turn him off of attack mode until we get the next rune open. Or the lever open. Hey, the bad man showed up. Look at that. Isn't that special? The trick on this side is that the bad guys don't spawn quickly, so you have to kind of like walk around. I'll show you what I mean exactly here in a second. But it's very easy to walk out of this section with without the bad guys spawning, so you gotta be careful. Alright, so pull over here.
Down the hall, the second.
We're good to go. Alright, so we're gonna unlock him there and we're set him on attack mode. Hopefully that means he'll aggro on something on his side and start going. But since you have these climb ups, climb downs, it's a 50-50 shot. Alright, so again, situation, if we would have gone really quickly, we may not have saw that guy crawl out of the ground until after the fact. I'm going to walk around all these, all through here. That guy who spawned up here in the corner would actually be very easy to miss. Because I mean, why would you walk around up here normally, right? You wouldn't. You would just go through down here, which means you would skip a guy. Very easy to make a mistake. Oh, that's interesting, Beef. And our cleric finally teleported us over here against the wall, so actually made pretty good progress. We can probably Sonic a little bit here. Again, sound goes through bars, some sound anyway. Fire doesn't go through bars, but somehow Sonic sometimes does. Not for very much, because it's not really the point of this spell. So Thagar has pointed out that he requested Blighted. I'll do Blighted next. Thagar, I just started Necro 3 and I was just starting at the beginning and working my way around. Alright, so we'll get our phone back out. Fiddle around until we figure it out.
They had some good drops in that video too.
Nice.
This quest is probably my least non-favorite. I'm not a super huge fan of this particular chain.
I don't mind doing this quest. It's a lot more fun for me when there's two people, so someone can work the other side.
It does make it a lot faster and easier.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you have to wait like 2 extra minutes per gear, so you have to wait, like you're literally waiting like 4 or 5 minutes for literally no reason. But the other quests are very like Tomb of the Blighted is very fast if you know what you're doing, so it kind of like makes up for it. Tomb of the Tormented can be very, very fast if you have like 3 people with assigned roles. Like one person to basically farm the hams but not pick them up, or pick them up and hand them over to the person that's doing the puzzle. Somebody that's like really good at working the puzzle, and then one person to like go through and defeat all of the junk in the room that's otherwise causing problems. Obviously the person who's also on like food duty can also help with the clearing junk, but you know, and if at least one of those people are a trapper, then all those things just, it goes together really quickly. When you're doing everything by yourself, a lot of quests that have these kind of mechanics slow down. And why I enjoy these kind of mechanics especially like this one, because they because you can do them by yourself. It doesn't mean that that's the ideal way to do them. So again, even if I use like a second account, it may be quicker to run 2 accounts through this quest instead of just doing it by myself completely. But twice as much work. When you're playing by yourself, especially when you're streaming, it's easy to spend 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there, talking with the chat or reading something on the forums. You have to go all the way back to the door, all the way back basically to the beginning, just to check to make sure there's not a method hiding out back here. Clearly there's at least one. There's usually 2 though. I didn't see a second one. So Dura must have got at least one. One of the methods. Okay, so here you want to start taking a little bit closer eye out for traps. Traps are fairly random. There's either, if there's traps in these areas, there'll either be 2 blades on the bottom or a blade on either side on the top. I trust the auto search to tell me whether or not there's traps here, especially if I remember to cast Greater Heroism running. Probably should just be extended. Be more mana efficient. The other thing to keep in mind is that where you see these collectibles along the path, that usually also means there's a letter, which means literally for picking up that collectible and that letter, you're going to be picking up an extra 1,000 experience, and there's 2 letters, and a third document a little bit later on in the trap room area. But there's literally 2 on the way, so you can pick up an additional 2,000 experience, literally for picking up trash on the floor right next to a collectible. So just keep that in mind when you're running through. Alright, now, you do not have to go get the optional letter. See, this is what I was talking about with the trap. See how there's 2 blades here, but not down the middle? So you do have to come down here and get the key from this guy, but you don't have to go and get the other optional.
A golden key catches your eye. The frozen mind flayer bursts as it is struck. The key drops safely to the ground.
If you want to get the big bonus though for the quest, like for breakables and traps disarmed, you do have to go through here, I believe, right? Yeah. 1 more trap, I think. That'll take us to the big bonus, and then the last of the breakables, I think, are also in there. But again, from this point on, it's all unnecessary optional. Again, this is one of the few ones that I do, even though I don't think of it as like a time efficient or XP. I guess there's 2 more traps. A time or an XP efficient side quest necessarily. But I do tend to do it every life, mostly I guess because of habit, really. know if that's a good reason to spend an extra like 2 minutes in a quest that you already spent 5 minutes extra waiting on. Come on, Durham. Good morning, Wood. Hope you're having a good day. Alright, so this chest and this document are in this little trap room. It is just a cold trap, and it does let you back out. So if you can survive some cold and have good saves, especially like good trap saves, you can stand in here, but you're going to be standing basically in the equivalent of like cold fire lava for, it's, I don't know, like 10-15 seconds maybe. So you have to be able to pass, you know, 6 or 7 saving throws. Or take quite a bit of cold damage. Come on, don't make me use my potions. You're exercising your hand, so it hurts a lot. Man, crazy. What kind of exercise are you doing? Oh, real fast. When this sarcophagus breaks, the bad guy is actually going to spawn, like, over here. And not out of the sarcophagus, which is, like, to get you the quest. I'm gonna loot my treasure chest because I earned it. And then we'll get out of here. D-door to safety. Alright, time in quest was 25 minutes. And that 25 minutes netted us 28,300 experience and 486 Reaper experience. So again, if you have 2 people with you, that shaves off, like I said, like, let's call it 7 minutes. That's pretty significant time savings and a pretty good rate of return on the quest, in my opinion. Alright, so let's talk about the tricks for this quest. For Tomb of the Blighted. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to do all these in one. You know what? Sure, we'll do all these in one big video. So, this is Tomb of the Blighted. I should have done an opening, but I wasn't thinking I was going to do all these in one, so be it. Now we are. So let's talk about the advantages or tricks for this quest. Okay, number 1, breaking these doorways are actually, there's a series of different ways to open them that are very easy to do. Alright, have a good night, Tilbrell. Number 1 easiest way to complete these things, or to open these doors, obviously is to just hit them with the melee weapon. Right? If you can hit something with a
sizzle
an axe or a sword or a club or whatever melee weapon you have, it takes like 3 hits to break and then you're done. The next thing you can do is you can shield bash it, which is something that I like to do. Okay, I don't have a shield on this character, but obviously that is a way that works. Number 3, you can fireball those doors.
head looks tepid.
Or, number 4, what is probably the easiest way is you can just right click on them and use them, and it'll give you an animation, and then you're good to go. Oh my goodness, another Reaper in this pile of junk. Multiple champions. We may have to recall or not recall, but Didor here to get a minute to heal up. Multiple champs. Okay. All right, so let's try this again, shall we? Let's get a heal first. Then we're gonna use the thing to break the door down. Again, it's not my necessarily preferred method. I like the idea of smashing it with a with my rune arm or the. Come on, I don't understand why it's not going this time. With my rune arm or my shield, particularly, those are my 2 favorite ways to break down these doors. But sometimes they just get stuck for some reason, like that right there. They just didn't want to work. I don't know why. Okay. Sounds like Beef's also going to bed. Either that or he finds this quest to be really boring. One of the two. Not sure which. Maybe both. I like this one. I find it to be very fast. Again, especially if you have Didor, or if you're somebody who doesn't have to switch weapons all the time. See, like I have to switch weapons a lot in this build. But again, if you're like really good at shield bashing, I've had lives where I could just shield bash everything in the quest and not have to worry about anything else as a weapon, so I can just run around with my shield bashing on and go to town.
Crates float. The current flows swiftly.
If you wanted to, and in this case I think we'll go ahead and do it, you could swim down here, get your collectible, swim back up, jump up here, and then bam. Because again, you have ample time to do all sorts of things. You don't have to worry about that blight rot for 15 seconds after you get it, which means it's pretty easy for you to run to the next doorway that you need it. Oh, I guess the other way that you can break this thing is you can have the monsters smash the door down for you. That is also an option, I guess. Lots of options, really. Boink. Right. Pick up a couple of these these dwarves really quick. And then we'll do the next room here again. It all is basically the same. We picked up a Reaper. Now we gotta... Reapers change a lot. When they spawn in a tight spot like this right here, where you've got to really kind of handle a lot, it can make a big difference. Like, had that Reaper waited until after this this encounter, it wouldn't have been a problem. Or had it waited until...
Crisp, clean water begins to flow from the fountain.
Had it waited until after it was done, or hit me right before we started, like before we rounded that corner, it wouldn't have been a big deal in either direction. Apparently Durham found a pack of spiders back there. I should also mention there's an optional or two in here. I don't think they're experience optionals. I think they're chest optionals. I have not bothered with them in a very, very, very long time. It's just a... I don't know, it's just an option that I just don't do. I can see if we can find them really quick here, though. Again, that makes the difference between how quick this quest is going to be. And if I remember correctly, they're in the corners. And they are primarily chests. Let's take a look here. Some sort of champ in this mess. In this cold dots. Alright, let's go. Okay, that's down. Go this way first. Oh, that said it was corrupted, but it didn't give a corrupted
The chest ahead has an
icon.
poisonous blight water bubbles within the urn.
And then these guys just smashed it open. So it must have splashed over from the previous water. Alright, so here is... You get your chest. Chest is locked. Then you have these urns that you purify. Really? You're not gonna let me pick this lock? Huh. So I thought you just...
As the blessed
Oh
water
yeah, you smash
splashes
it.
into the urn, its poisonous gases fade.
And you get a lock. No? Then you still unlock it? Alright, I don't remember how it works. Maybe you only get that once you smash... there's another hallway right here, so maybe you do both of these. Like I said, I haven't done this in a really long time. That was not fast. Alright. There we go. Alright. We're gonna need another water pretty quick. So anyway, there's a series of those urns around, and that's what you use to clean all those, and then you get some experience here. I said I haven't done it in such a long time. I would have to fumble through it. But if we just look at the quest, right? You have 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. So 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be my guess. Basically 1 at each corner, and then a couple other spaces on the way. Not a bad deal. We saved the last water for this wall right here.
The east fountain lies ahead, its waters foul and corrupted. As the gelatinous food falls to pieces, the fountain's purity is restored.
Alright, so now that we've gone around the outside circle, we've done the three sides, right? 1, 2, 3. We can rush and do this corner that we haven't done. You can run around the outside, or we can do what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to detour for speed's sake, just in general, since I stood in that troglodyte stench. Run back through, we'll get a heal. Use this wall that was messed up. Spawn the end guy and grab the quest.
The vampire's guardian falls.
Alright, so it's 25,000 experience in 13 minutes. That's a pretty good rate on return. If you don't stop and try to remember how to do the optional there, you'd probably save, what, another minute? Again, pretty quick, pretty painless compared to some of the other options. I just lost my cleric. Alright, I tell you what, we're going to break this into 2 videos. We'll come back and we'll do Tomb of the Tormented and Tomb of the Forbidden in a separate video. So, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe the channel. I would appreciate it. If you have questions or comments, you know what to do. Type down below. And we'll see you again real soon. Toodles. Alright. Ah, wood squeezing a ball. Like a Play-Doh ball. Yeah, I've had exercises of a similar nature before. My father fell off of the house, I guess, a few years ago, and fell and messed up his back and his right hand. I think it was his right hand. Maybe it's his left hand. I don't remember which hand he messed up, but they prescribed to him an exercise thing to help build his hand strength back up. And they gave him one of these little ball doodads. And then he did that for a while. And then he went and just decided it wasn't enough. And he just got one of the, like the old-fashioned spring hand thing. And apparently he sat there and did that so much that his now weak hand is his good hand. So like, they were testing both of his hands, and he started out with like a 30 on his bad hand was like a 30-pound grip, and on his good hand it was like a 60 or 65 or something. But he exercised like in, I think it was like less than a month or something. He exercised the other hand so much that he's got a 110-pound grip on the other hand, which sounds like a lot, but really that's not all that much extra strength, really. But when you don't have hand strength, it is a lot. So he was able to, thanks to these exercises like what Wood is doing, and even going a little bit crazy on it, he got a lot of his hand stuff back. All right, so let's check this out. If you're going to TR Java again into a quiz, I think you should try 15 Alchemist, 3 Wizard, 2 Arty, go Undead Zombie for extra damage, and max Nullification spell power for poison damage. And Healing Alchemist, it's a harm spell. Yeah, I knew that. Oh no, where'd it go? Yeah, we might try something like that, Beef. But it'll be later. I don't know if we'll try that on Arty first, maybe, or on Java first. But we'll probably try something like that for Samius on an Arty life, or sorry, an Alchemist life. We'll just have to play it by ear. Speaking of, it's 1:30. I think we should probably wrap up. I'm a little bit beat. I'm still dealing with this throat thing, and it's wearing me out. So I think I am going to bail a little. It is a little bit early, and we didn't start until 10 with the DDO, but we did do our D&D game beforehand. So I've been talking and streaming quite a bit. So let's throw it to Warble. We love us some Warble Wind, that's for sure. And hope you guys love him too. Don't forget that if you'd like to help out the stream monetarily, the best way to do so and go about it would be to jump over to patreon.com/Samius here. Definitely the most efficient way to help the stream, and it's not even close. Not even close. So if you have $1 that you can kick this direction, I would really appreciate it. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll be back on in the morning probably, unless the weather is like really nice or Remington needs help getting stuff out of his dorm room. Like I said, today was his last day, and they tend to be pretty stickler on getting you out of the dorms as quick as possible when you're not going to be back. You watched some of the D&D game, you think you shamed Shu into showing up? I don't know about that. I think he was a little bit excited to come. He just wasn't feeling well. He's got some sort of really nasty cough, so, which I can respect. I can respect that. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of talking right now, but it's my job, so gotta get her done. Gotta get her done. Okay, everybody, please enjoy Warble Wind, and we'll see you guys in the morning, hopefully. Toodles.
Okay. Samius, thank you for the raid. How are you doing?